The VO Live is brought to you by Zencastr. No, really. It's recorded on Zencastr. So it's truly brought to you by Zencastr.
This is the VO Life. Positive conversations about living the voiceover life. Insight into the business and day-to-day grind of being a regular Joe VO. From the humble beginnings to the finally hitting a new level to getting that first big client. It's all about that VO life. Here's your host, Troy Holden.
Hey, welcome back. It is the VO Life. I'm Troy Holden, your blue-collar voice of choice. It's been a little over a week. I've kind of been busy. There's graduation going on. We've had family things going on. And then we had what we have called, I don't know, it's kind of started in April. We've just had like disaster after disaster of things breaking and tearing up and car wrecks. And I'm hoping graduation, actually doing this the afternoon before graduation, I'm hoping graduation will be the end of whatever this jinx is that's hanging over us, this thing, and we get back to normal. I have recorded a lot of stuff today. I may be a little raspy and my voice is a little tired, but I wanted to get this in before the weekend. But because of the big announcement this week from Voices.com and their release of projects, and projects is a word that bothers me because Upwork came out with projects and they were a disaster. They've just been literally worthless. And but they're going to go with that same name, and that's okay, I guess. And I have sat through the video that David Ciccarelli put out about why they're doing this, how they're doing it, and I definitely recommend you watch that if you have time. It's out there on YouTube. If you go to their YouTube channel for Voices.com, you can watch that. And I think they're going to be very instructional with this. It does not launch until mid-July, so don't feel like, oh, I've got to hurry up and get my project done. I got to get it in and get it approved. It's not going to do you a lot of good because they're not moving very fast with this until mid-July. They want to get everything right. So why are they doing it? And what is the premise behind it? And watching the video, if you don't want to watch the whole video, I'll hit some high points here. But it's... I guess, the thing is, I think a lot of these platforms are seeing what other platforms are doing and their success, and they want to offer an option. I don't think Voices.com, based on what I see, is looking to cheapen down or enter the bottom feeder market. That question came up in the webcast they did, and they said no, they are not looking to press pricing down, of course. And of course they wouldn't, because if prices are up with the commission structure of 20%, they're going to make more money. And so I don't see it going that way either. Of course, when all of this comes up, the foul word that is always used, and we call it the F word around here, it is Fiverr. We will say it. But that seems to always be the point of everybody is trying to mimic Fiverr. They're doing the same thing Fiverr did. There's also the same type of thing going on likely with Voices 123 and a launch with that possibly coming out later. Why is that? Why is everybody doing the same thing? Well, you have to admit that marketing tool and the way that is done from a voice artist point of view is awesome. Because you don't have to audition, you don't have to this, and this. It's not that we don't want to audition. I just think the thing is, it's nice to have that work coming in based on the fact of you heard my sample, here's what I sound like, you trust me to do that, and you give me the work. And it's fantastic. It's great to get work that way. To have another platform, if it takes off, and this is my concern, right, wrong, or indifferent. Upwork tried it, it didn't work. It works for Fiverr because that's their business model. They've always done it. It's the way it came out, and it's the way they did it. Upwork came out with a proposal system, and it worked for them. It was different than Fiverr, and it worked for them. And then they tried to do the projects, and it's really not been effective. I've got nothing off of it, and I don't know of many people that have. And now VDC, Voices.com's doing it. Will it be effective or will it flop for them? And I'm sure they've invested a lot of money into this, a lot of effort to try to do it the right way. So you have to cross your fingers and say, well, I hope that it really works for them. And to be honest with you, From a buyer's perspective, if I don't want to go through auditions and I want to rehire the same person again, think of it this way. I'm on voices.com, and I have had, did a project with someone, say 6 months ago, and they thought, he did a really good job on that. I'd like to hire him again, but I can't hire him directly. I have to post the job on voices.com, and then I can send him a private invite, and I can book the job with the guy through that. But then all these other people are putting in their auditions, and then you never listen to them. And what is unfavorable from an artist point of view is now I have my ratios and my statistics on there really get tanked because of the amount of things you audition for that aren't listened to, if you go by that. Now, I don't go by that. I do all of my ranking based on what was listened to and what percentage of what was listened to was shortlisted and what percentage of what was listened to and shortlisted became a job, and then what was just became a job, period. So I do it that way. I don't know that the not listened to thing, it just doesn't affect my personal stats, but it does kind of break your heart a lot of times when you think, man, I had a really good audition on that. They actually asked for a Southern accent or a Texas sound or a gravelly voice, a Southern voice, and they didn't even listen to it. And even my profile tells you I do that, but they didn't listen to it, period. And it's not always because you're one of the, if there was 100 and you were in the bottom 50, what if you were in the first 20 and they didn't listen to it? And I get it. They may have, the third voice they may have heard, they went, that's it. That's the voice. That's the one I've been hearing. That's the one I want. I get that. It happens, I'm sure. But it's really disheartening from the other side to not be listened to sometimes. But it is what it is. This is a tough business. And if your skin's not as thick as shoe leather, you're going to have a tough time at this. If you're new at this and you're hearing all this and think, good Lord, it sounds impossible to get work. It's not impossible, but I tell you what, it's darn hard. It is very, very hard. And once you get work and you do an extremely good job and people are coming back to you, that's how you build your business. And as I've said over and over and over, I don't care if it's voices.com, Voices123, I don't even care if it's Fiverr and Upwork. If you've got all your eggs in one basket, you're going to run out of eggs. Something's going to happen, and that's scary to me. I know there's a lot of people making good money just on certain platforms, but my fear would always be, what if something happened out of my control? What if something happened related to their terms of service, and I just didn't read that fine print, and I didn't know that. And next thing I know, I'm off the platform. That's not good. I don't want to be caught there. So I want to have a funnel feeding into the bucket, and that funnel is being fed by many, many avenues of revenue. It's just the eggs in one basket says it all. You shouldn't do that. You should be building off of everything you're doing and, taking what you get and always looking for a whole lot more. Let's circle back. We're supposed to be talking about the VDC projects. I think what they're trying to do is pull more sellers into their platform, get more people in there, more engagement on their platform, more options for people on their platform. And I think it's a great thing for people to be able to have the options of, I want the auditions, or I just want to listen to a few people's samples and pick who I want. And I think that's great, and I hope that works. And I think it has the opportunity to work, and we'll see how that goes. I think it is more of a client-focused thing than it is, and it's more service-oriented to their clients than it is. Yes, it's a help to the VO artist. It's another way to market for us, which is wonderful. But I do think it's more of a help to their client side and their client base because it gives them the options. I do know they have some things they're working on with the pricing and the ranges. They are talking about it's more about usage, not about word count, which I like that because that's what breaks my heart on some of the others. It all becomes word count and nobody wants to pay usage. And I want to be paid for usage. That's my job, is to get paid for the usage of that and the time and the usage, or the number of words in the usage. So we'll see. But the project thing kind of puts a fixed cost out there, and I think that's good for some people because now on voices.com, a lot of things are in a range. So you drop your thing out there, and it's, or you're doing the audition, and you'll see the ranges from, and I'm just ballparking, 100 to 250 or whatever it is, and you can bid anywhere in there. And a lot of people say, I always bid the max, I always go the 250. Well, me, I look at the word count and the usage, and I go, that's really just a $150 job. It's not a $225 job. It's a $150 job, and I'll bid above that to try to net myself the $150. I may bid $195 or $175 or whatever and get as close to the $150 net. So I think that'll take out some of that to where there's going to be more transparency in the pricing, which will be good. So it's just taking another format, another way of doing it, and another marketing tool to their platform. And like I said, it's not coming out till mid-July. I highly recommend you watch the videos. I think they said there are 2 to 3 more webinars coming up. You'll want to watch them all so you can really focus on setting up your projects properly, how they want them done. They talked about a broadcast and a non-broadcast, and you might want to do one just for phone stuff and IVR. So I don't think they expect you to go in there and have 10 different projects, maybe 3 or 4 at the most, depending on what all you do. So I would highly recommend you watch these videos, listen to what they're saying and how they want it done, and try to follow that. And don't turn it into, well, it's just like I'm doing over here in those gigs. I think it's going to be quite a bit different, and there's a learning curve for us as VOs because it's new. So dig into the videos and watch them. I know this isn't a ton of information related to this, but I hope people are somewhat excited from the side of, if you are on voices.com and you're a paid member, this gives you an additional marketing tool on their platform where people can go in and it might be a little more friendly to look at versus the current way where they can go in and find your demos and they can read your bio. But this will give a little more information, is I can hire this guy for this, and this is what it'll cost me, and bang, and here's the samples, and I can order right here. I don't have to audition. I really like this guy. And we can hope that it works that way. And if you're getting private invites, I think, and I've only had a couple of those, and actually both have been in probably the last month. If you're getting those private invites, this might really up your odds to where somebody versus a private invite would go find a couple of people to engage with through the project platform, and you might get the work directly and quicker. And so hopefully it'll work out. Anyway, let's all hope my run of crap luck has come to an end. I want to wish my son Josh a happy graduation tonight. I know he has a grandmother on his mom's side that is very, very sick, and I want to send my prayers to him for all of that too, because he's having to deal with that and deal with going to graduation. He's a very big-hearted young man, and big future for him. He's going to Avila College over in Kansas City, Missouri, Avila University, and he'll be playing football over there. So I look forward to some of those Saturdays in the future. Probably not this year as being a freshman, but after this year, getting to hopefully go see him snap the ball. He's a long snapper, so hopefully that'll all work out down the road. But the beautiful blessing of him getting a scholarship to go there and to be able to be at a small school, I'm pretty excited for that. All right. Hey, everybody, have a great weekend, great rest of the week. Memorial Day coming up soon. We got lots going on. I hope everybody's staying busy. And if we can ever help you here at the VO Life, go over to our Facebook page and jump on, be a member. Lots of questions and answers and things going on over there, and hope you enjoy that as well. And we wish you the best as we roll into summer after Memorial Day's over. And I look back and say, hot diggity dog, I've already been in this for 5 months full time. I can't believe it. But the clock is a-ticking, and we're learning and growing and doing what we can. So jump onto the VO Life on Facebook. Be sure and catch up on all the old podcast episodes. There's about 62 others that you could listen to if you'd like. Have a good one, and we'll catch you next time right here on the VO Life.
This has been the VO Life with Troy Holden. If you'd like to consult with Troy one-on-one, visit his website and schedule time at TroyHoldenVoices.com. Join the VO Live Facebook page and interact with other new voice talent. Join the VO workouts or the midweek meetup on the VO Live page events. And be sure and leave a review on Apple and let us know what you'd like us to cover on the podcast. You can also get all of the episodes on Troy's YouTube page. Just search for Troy Holden Voices. That boy is everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. Next thing you know, he'll have a streaming TV show. God forbid. And I will.